Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Mindfully Rich podcast, your weekly look at life and finances with a twist, where we talk about improving your overall relationship with money and building better financial habits. On each episode, I'll discuss real life situations and give y'all practical advice. The point of this podcast is to help you stay in your financial lane so you won't end up broke. I'm the creator and host, Richie Now. Let's jump into today's conversation. What's up, YouTube, and wherever else that you are watching this? OMG, this is my first podcast video episode that I am putting out there to the world. So I'm like super excited. So if you see me not knowing where to actually look, it's because I'm still trying to figure all this out. Okay. And so my name is Gina Ritchie Richardson, and I am a certified financial educator, and I help people understand money, credit, debt, all of the things. And I am super, super excited to be coming to you with this information and inviting you into my world, the mindfully rich world. All right. And so I am on Conversation 103, and I call all of my episodes conversations just because that's what it is that I am having with y'all right now, a conversation. And so I've done 103 of these, which I am super, super excited about. And so because this is new to you, YouTube, and because this is new being in video form, I want to let you know a little bit about the podcast. And so normally for my episodes, I normally take like a song title and I use that as the topic point for the actual conversation that I'm going to have on the podcast. And so what I've been doing recently is having series. So I take a series talking about a specific topic. And so after Biden's announcement about the student loan cancellation and the forgiveness, I made a video on my Instagram at Mindfully Rich. And that video went up. The people shared it far and wide. And so after doing that, I realized that a lot of people come to me for the facts. I'm one of those people. I am a fact checker. I do not like putting out information just because it get people all riled up. I'm not going to come to anybody that's a part of my audience with crap. Okay. I'm going to always give it to you straight, no chases. So for those of y'all that don't know me, I'm going to be your new best friend that likes to talk about money. You're going to want to go ahead and subscribe, follow, wherever it is that you're watching this video, child. Okay. So I came up with a new series, me and my friend author, actually. So for this new series, I am titling it Somebody Come Get These Student Loans series, where I'm going to be giving y'all lots of information that's going to assist you and help you with understanding your student loans, with managing your student loans, and also paying them dang on student loans off. All right. And so today's episode, I named What You Know About Student Loans because I want to go over the basics with y'all first. Before I start digging deep and talking about how student loans are looked at on your credit, if you can buy a house with student loans, the repayment plans that come with student loans, the default, what that looks like with student loans. Before we start getting into the heavy stuff, I wanted to make sure that this conversation was light, where we're just talking about all of the basics of student loans. And so I wanted to let y'all know this because I'm a did you know type of person. I love like little known facts. Did y'all know student loans started in 1965? I had no clue of that. I wanted to go back so I could check that out. And it started as a way of helping everyone be able to attend college and get a college education, right? Because back in the day, I believe only rich people was going to school because they were the ones that could afford it. So they wanted to make school affordable for everyone. So they came up with loans. Go figure. Okay. It was supposed to be through the Pell, like the Pell Grant. Y'all know the Pell, for those of us who've been on the Pell Grant. Okay. We know what that is, but the Pell Grant doesn't pay for your whole schooling, right? So they came up with student loans. And a lot of us, of course, we get student loans because we can't pay for school. And I want to make sure that the people who have student loans, that y'all feel seen, just because I too have student loans. And we're going to talk about this because I am heavily invested and I know that y'all are invested as well. That's the reason why I wanted to come up with this series. And so another little known fact is that 48 million people in the US have student loans. So don't feel like you're alone. It's 48 million of us out there. Okay. And that total student loan debt amongst 48 million of us is at 1.75 trillion. That's a lot of student loan debt. Okay. And so another reason why I created this series, because there's so many of us that have student loan debt, I wanted to make sure that I am speaking directly to us and helping you with understanding your student loans, helping you with understanding how to manage them, and also with paying those student loans off. And so what qualifies me to do this? I've been in the financial industry for the last 15 years. I have coached and helped hundreds and thousands probably now of people with understanding anything that's dealing around their money, credit, debt, student loan debt, all of the things. All right. So once again, perfect to talk about this topic. All right. And so I want to go ahead and jump into this by talking about the differences between federal and private student loans, because a lot of people are unaware of that. And so for those of us who have federal student loans, we understand the benefit. One of the biggest benefits that we've had with our federal student loans is them being on pause. The pause that happened when the pandemic started, that was only for your federal student loans. Federal student loans are the loans that you get when you apply for FAFSA, and then they let you know how much you qualify for. There's a certain amount that you can qualify for each year. I don't have that specific total, but the most important thing to know is that federal student loans, if you're going to get a student loan, federal is going to be your way to go, just because all of the benefits lie there. When I say benefits, the income driven repayment plans, which we're going to talk about coming up here in this series, that's a part of the federal student loans, the pause that we have right now. Also, Biden's plan with the forgiveness and cancellation, that's only for your federal student loans. And a lot of forgiveness programs are for the federal student loans only. And lots of people, I wish that that was something that I would have knew even growing up, just because there are people out there who have private. I am one of those people. When you have a private student loan, that's going to be through a regular bank or a credit union, or it may even be, because I believe Sally Mae has a division for private student loans as well. Those loans don't have those same benefits, right? Those loans have higher interest rates. That's another thing I missed. Federal student loans have lower interest rates. All right. When I'm saying low, 4-3% sometime. Okay. Just depend on where the prime is at. But your private student loans, those are going to be priced. They probably have an interest rate that's like an unsecured loan. So like a personal loan, when you go to say like a bank or a credit union and you say, hey, I need to buy a MacBook, I need to get $2,000 or whatever, that's considered a personal loan. Your student loans at those private companies, those interest rates are going to be high, somewhere starting at maybe 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on up percent. And that's a lot. All right. So I wanted to make sure that you understand the differences. And so once again, your federal student loans are going to have all of your benefits. Your private student loans, they don't. All right. That's just something that I really want to make sure that everybody knows, just because everybody doesn't understand. Everybody's going to be at different levels. So if you knew that, cookie for you. All right. The next difference that I want to talk about when it comes to your student loans is you have subsidized loans, you have unsubsidized loans, right? So your subsidized loans are going to be your student loans where the federal government is paying your interest. Subsidized loans, as you guessed it, because I just talked about it, they are only on your federal student loans, but not all federal student loans are subsidized, but a lot of them are, meaning the government is paying for your interest all while you're in school. That's a benefit, okay? Because interest add up, okay? Because with loans, you got to pay that thing back. All right. And so with paying that back, you're paying something back with interest. And so when the federal government is paying for that interest, that's dope. That is a great benefit. And so that's going to be your subsidized loan. Your unsubsidized loans, as y'all guessed it, that's where the interest is compounding. So all while you're in school, that interest rate, you're not paying on that student loan per se, but you're paying that interest. I'm sorry, you're not paying the interest. That interest is building up. So that interest is building up on top of whatever that amount is that you took out for that student loan. All right. So your private student loans are going to be majority. All of them are unsubsidized, but you do have some federal student loans that are also unsubsidized as well. So if you have to, right, if you have to get student loans, it's going to be your federal subsidized student loans are going to be the ones that you want to go to. And the reason why I wanted to talk about that is because a lot of people don't know this. I do workshops talking about the differences, student loan types that you have, and also how to pay off your student loans. And this is a question that I always get. And somebody may be watching this where your kid's about to go into school, so you ain't even know this. So you want to always make sure that you are doing your research. And so, giving you another fact, going to the government site studentaid.gov, so that way you can get your facts on student loans and understanding what they are before you even get into it. And for those of y'all that have them, go into that site so you can understand your student loans a little bit better. And also, while you're on studentaid.gov, that's where you're going to find your actual federal student loans. For those of y'all that are looking for them, like, I don't know who I pay back, and I don't know how that happened, but it happens, child. Okay, you go to studentaid.gov, so that way you can see all of your federal student loans. If you don't have an account, you create an account on there. I done said it like 3 times, studentaid.gov. Okay, so make sure you check it out. Now, for those of y'all that are looking for your private student loans and you're like, who do I pay back? Make sure that you go to your credit report. That could be your Equifax report, TransUnion report, or your Experian credit report. It should list your private student loans on there, so you can see who that company is, which is called a servicer, so you can know who it is that you pay back. All right. So I didn't gave y'all for this episode. I want this to be real basic because we finna get into some facts. Okay. So for the next episode, I will be talking about how your student loans are looked at on your credit report and what student loans do on your credit report, what it means for your credit. All right. And so I'm going to talk about that in the next episode. So you're going to want to be here. I'm only telling y'all because you're going to want to be here. Okay. So I wanted to make sure this was a light episode just to give a good little introduction, and we're going to be getting into it. Okay. So you're going to want to make sure that you are checking me out. Okay. So I got to check out some of the buttons on here because I'm super excited. All right. So if you aren't a part of the Rich Gang, I do have my mailing list. I want y'all to subscribe to it. You can do that on my website. I am mindfullyrich.com. So make sure you check that out. Subscribe to the Rich Gang. I'm going to have all type of things, like whether it's motivation, tips, my ebooks. Oh, speaking of ebooks, okay, my first ebook is out. Make sure you go and check it out. It is, let me go ahead and get it. How to go from broke to thriving with your money. It's an e-guide. It is on my website. I am mindfullyrich.com. So make sure you check that out. All right. Want to make sure that I tell y'all that. All right. And once again, following, I don't know what it is on YouTube, child, because I'm new here. Okay. Subscribe, I guess. Make sure you subscribe. Don't leave before subscribing, and make sure you like this video. Don't just be sitting here just stalking me. Make sure you like it too. Okay. Trying to do some things over here. All right. And so I am also, before I end, I am also a certified financial coach. And so there are ways that you can work with me. I have what's called a breakthrough call. So for those people who have, say, a money problem, a credit problem, a debt problem, and you just want to get some advice, you want to get some information that can help you get from here to there. Okay. It is an hour call. It's very structured, where I hear what's going on. I develop that plan. I send that over to you. Or I also have one-on-one coaching. My most popular coaching is to increase my credit score, because most of my clients, for the most part, I'm going to veer to say all of them, they increase their credit score at least 100 points. And lots of people, they get this when they're looking to purchase something coming up, or they're just trying to just better their credit as a whole. So you can check that out. Wait, where do I go to put that? There we go. Boom. I'm figuring it out. So check it out. Okay. And so another thing, since we own video, what really made me do this is that, although I should have been doing this, I'm like a personality anyway, so I should have been on here. But my most recent workshop that I had at UC Davis, the students was like, you need to be on YouTube. And I was like, you know what? I'm getting on the YouTube. Okay. So that's why I decided to go ahead and start making these videos. I am going to have a way that y'all can start streaming, and y'all can be here, and I can look at y'all questions and stuff. And then I'll just have the replays will be on YouTube. So they will be housed there. I'm going to try to figure out a way I can put it on Instagram. I don't even know at this particular point if I'm going to be able to. But anyways, I am starting to ramble. You're going to get a chance to get to know me. Once again, I'm your new best friend. I like to talk about money. So make sure you are here. Search me on YouTube, Gina Richie Richardson. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check me out on Instagram. I'm at mindfully_rich_podcast. If you want to check out any of my services, I am mindfullyrich.com. all of the places where you can find me. So making sure that you have that. This has been great. Thank y'all for being here for my very first video episode. I am super, super excited. And y'all just go ahead and live life mindfully, child. Okay. I'll be back. Y'all be back too.